So now that you've gotten used to your new device for a little over a year, then you started going back to the old device just for fun, and then you're like, wow, look at what I have come to. I don't have to worry about this, that, and there, while over here I can just plug and play and go. So one night my iPhone 4 was dead, so then I just put in the charger and just let it charge itself to full 100%, and then next morning I'll just pick it up and then unplug it. That's it. And then I was thinking about going back to my iPod just so like I have like a mobile device to use while my iPhone 4 is charging, and then I'll just pick that one up tomorrow morning. But then I was like, you know what? Why don't I just go back to my iPhone 3G? Because this is what I used to use before I got the iPhone 4, the iPod Touch 4th generation, and the iPod Touch 5th generation. And then as I was going back to my iPhone 3G, I was like, wow, there are so many things I don't have to deal with anymore, or don't have to worry about anymore, compared to the iPhone 4. Like the iPhone 4, for me, it's like one of my most updated devices out there. The most updated one I have would be the iPod Touch 5th generation. And then going from this to this, I was like, phew, look at what I've come to. This is a huge jump. This is slow as crap. This is laggy. And this is on an outdated software, which is iOS 4.2.1. And then I'm over here like on iOS 7.0.4. It might not run the best on the iPhone 4, but it runs fine. And it definitely runs a lot smoother on the iPod Touch 5th generation. This one, iOS 4, is a joke on the iPhone 3G, believe it or not. Not to mention that I have this thing still jailbroken when I jailbreak it maybe 2 years ago. Or a year and a half ago. I can't remember when, but yes, this thing is still jailbroken. I meant to restore this sometime. I don't know when I was going to restore this. I was thinking maybe jailbreak this one and then restore this one. I don't know. But I don't know if I want to do that, because I use this for mostly games and entertainment. And then this one, a little bit of everything. And to do like some of my searches and then just checking comments and all that. And this one, well, I'll go back to it once a while. And now that the apps that I have on here, these are like outdated apps. Like these are old apps on outdated software, so it's running an older version. And then there are some apps like Twitter right here. I can't even load Twitter up on this thing anymore. I can load Facebook and Instagram, the old versions. Twitter is the old version too, but I'm still getting notifications with this phone, and I can't even launch it, because if I try to launch it, it'll just crash. Now, I've read somewhere or heard somewhere that Apple was doing something in order to like allow people with old devices to download like apps but on older versions. Now, to me, I haven't seen that so far, because I don't know how the system works, but I figure if I go into the App Store and Twitter's loading up, I want to see if this thing will crash or not. I figure you just go into the App Store, hit the download button, it crashed. See that? I figure you go into the App Store, you just hit the download button or install now, whatever, or buy the app, and I figure it'll automatically give me an older version of the app, which I guess I'll be fine with as long as I have a working app on my device right here. No, it just says, this device does not support this app. You need something over iOS 5 or over iOS 6 or something. So, I guess Apple hasn't quite fixed that yet, or if I'm just stupid and I don't know how the system works. So, what's the whole point of this video? The whole point of this video is for those of you guys who still have an older device like these, the iPhone 3G, the first generation iPhone, believe it or not, and right now, today is January 12th of 2014, and we're on the iPhone 5S right now, and the iPhone 6 will probably be coming out in the summertime, and there could be some people out there who still have a first generation iPhone, or maybe an iPhone 3GS, which that I wouldn't be too surprised about, because some people have gotten that phone 100% for free with a 2-year contract, when the iPhone 4S was being sold alongside the iPhone 4, and then the 3GS kind of got discontinued when the iPhone 5 came, and then the iPhone 4 kind of took its place. So for those of you guys with an older device, are you happy with the way it is now, even though it's slow and laggy? Because here's the thing. Eventually, it'll get slow and laggy, but then all it does is turn into a feature phone. Now, this is just in my eyes. I don't know if it's for you guys, but for me, I think it'll just turn into a feature phone, because even if your phone is still on contract and you're paying for the internet data plan and everything, and if you don't use this thing for apps anymore, then at least you just got something to make phone calls with. Because here's the thing, there are still some people out there who just has a phone just for making phone calls. That's it. And you can do that with an iPhone 3G, or it could be with any iPhone. iPhone first generation, 3GS, 4, 5, 5S, 4S, as long as you get the right SIM card for it. Or you can just have a SIM card on a plan and not even have data plan for it. So you could have like an AT&T GoPhone SIM card in here with no data plan and just use that as an easy Go phone. So are you guys still happy with your device right now? And this also applies to iPod Touch first generation, second generation, third generation users. Maybe fourth generation. Well, fourth generation right now is not running iOS 7, but some people are still happy with the way the fourth generation was. For me, I wasn't really, because iOS 6 run very crappy on it, in my opinion. Even though it may seem nice and smooth, iOS 6, in my eyes, kind of killed the fourth generation, especially decreasing its battery life with a very big impact. For me, since I've gotten used to this, I can't really answer that question right now, but when I was like trying to fight through this thing and like getting things done, while a lot of people had like an iPhone 4 or iPhone 4S and the iPhone 5 when it just came out, and around that time frame, a little bit after its release, I got this one. I was pretty happy with this one. In fact, I still like this iPhone better than this iPod right here, believe it or not. But the thing is, I just use this one more. Why is that? Because for me, in my opinion, I think that the iPhones are better than the iPod Touch. And it's not because it has phone capabilities, it has internet capabilities when you're on contract. No. In fact, that shouldn't be my reasoning, because I'm using both of these devices not on a plan, not on a contract, just using it as a regular iPod Touch. The reason why I like the iPhones more than the iPod Touches is because, one, these things are not too thin. Look at how thin this is. Now, I'm not saying that I don't like this design. I do like it. I just prefer, if something is that thin, make the device a little bit longer. They have done that with the iPod Touch 5th generation, but with the other iPod Touches, the iPod 4th generation, that was like razor thin until this one came out and got bigger. I was like, this is too thin for me, but I guess I can work around my way with it. And not to mention, you get like more added built-in stuff onto the iPhone, like this earpiece, the speaker, the camera, before the 4th generation iPod, vibrate switch. You guys don't know how handy those features come, even if you're not using these things as a phone. You could record a voice memo and then just put it up to your ear and listen to it. You don't want to put it on speakerphone and have people around you listen to it. And if you just want to like mute your ringer, so that way when you have notifications from Twitter, Instagram, all that other good stuff, that the phone won't ring, it'll just vibrate. Not to mention, another thing I like about the iPhones, vibrate motor. I use this thing as my alarm clock to wake me up so I can get ready to go to school. And believe it or not, when the phone vibrates, I can hear it, and that wakes me up. Believe it or not, it may not seem like it sounded that loud. I can't even feel it, but I can hear it. So it's crazy to see how all these little features on the iPhones can really do to somebody, even if they're not using it as a phone. So, are you happy with your old device right now? If you do have one, leave it in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day now, and take care.